Hi, my name is Jane and I'm a naturalist here at the Ebersole Center. And while we're in kind of a weird time and we don't have campers, fall is still in full swing and we have plenty of colors to share with you all. So I thought we could take a little bit of time this afternoon and share with you some trees I help you identify, but also just take in all the colors that are all around us. We're right in the middle of peak season. I'm going to include a link at the bottom of this video for you to go and identify trees at home. I'm going to be just using my tree ID guide while we're here today if I get stuck on anything. But it's a really fun activity that you can do in your own backyard, in a schoolyard, or even just at the park around you. There's trees everywhere and it's a great time to explore the diversity we have around us. So I'm going to start just right over here with one of my favorite trees to share with students. This tree is called a sassafras tree, and it's a kind of a fun name, but it's also really easy to identify because of the leaf shape. So this guy, he's already reached his color, but the first leaf shape you're going to notice here is this football leaf shape. So that's one of the main leaf shapes you'll find. The second one is this little three-lobed leaf. That one's really cute, kind of like a hand. And then we have one other leaf shape. Let's see if I can find an example of it. I think I've got one right over here. Oh, no, not there. The last one is gonna be, here's one that's not looking that great anymore, but it's gonna be like a mitten. So, oh wait, here's a good one, here's a good one. Right here. So it's got that football shape, but then it's got a little thumb, which is fun because it's just like Michigan. A couple of other really fun facts about the sassafras tree is that if you are to scratch the stem a little bit and sniff, it has kind of a lemony or citrus flavor. I think it smells like lemon Lysol, which we're all really familiar with these days. But that's a really fun thing to do if you come into contact with a sassafras tree. Another thing that makes them pretty memorable is that their roots, the bark on their roots, can actually be used to make root beer. So it helps kids remember what is it used to make root beer. Then over here, we have an oak tree, and you're gonna notice, man, the colors are way different. If you look at sassafras and then you look at this oak, that's a really different color. And that's because there's 3 different pigments a tree can have. The one that we're most familiar with is chlorophyll, which gives trees and plants that green color, whereas the other 2 can give them shades of orange, yellow, or even brown. So this oak, he's really taking on the brown color. Now, I'm less familiar with oak. I know I can identify an oak tree, but getting to which species is the hard part. So this one has definitely, I know it's an oak, it definitely has alternating leaves. It's got that oak shape to its leaves, like this one right here. But some of this one's leaves are different shaped. They're also really shiny, kind of leathery, and they're large. So I am guessing that this is a black oak, but let me just double check in my book here. And so when you're at home, you can use the dichotomous key just to help you look up and figure out which one it could be. And a dichotomous key just uses questions, like either or questions, that'll tell you, is it alternate or is it opposite? Or is it round or is it straight? And that can help you kind of narrow it down. Yep, black oak is what I was thinking. So if you look at those leaves in the picture, they have really shiny color to them and they're slightly different shaped. So awesome. All right, let's take a little walk because I see a tree over here that is bright red and it is so beautiful. I hope it's showing up in the video as good as it looks here in person. Now this one is tricky and it almost tricked us earlier today when we were walking by and admiring it. If you look at this tree, the color is different from the other 2 that we saw. In fact, this one's got almost a rainbow going on here, but it's mostly football shaped leaves. Well, I'm gonna spoil it. This is also a sassafras. This is a really large, beautiful sassafras. And like I said, it might throw you off at first, but if you use the key and also look at all the leaves, you might get to notice, and here's actually the down branch that I'm gonna use really quick to show you, that this one does have some of the misshaped or different shaped leaves. Here's that mitten we talked about. Here's that 3-lobed one again. So yeah, this is also a sassafras. All right, this is the last one we'll talk about since it just kind of rounds out this area. Now this tree also kind of has, I'm gonna just pull one little leaf off of it. This tree also has that long shape to it, but it's not quite as football shaped as our sassafras one is. It also has teeth. So if you come across in your guide, if it's toothed or ridged like that, that's an identifying feature. And then this one, something that helps me always identify this tree is its bark. So we'll take a close look at the bark, maybe up there a little bit. The bark is flaky like potato chips. And I always remember when it's potato chip bark, it is a cherry tree. So this is definitely a cherry tree. So that is all the trees I'm going to identify with you today. But don't forget, at home, you can use the guide that I share with you online, or if you have your own tree book, to explore some of nature around you. Thanks, guys.